Hello everyone, welcome to this channel for Maths Made Easy and Funny. So today we are going to look at this question under the topic functions. So we'll go through step by step on how to answer this question. So whenever you have this kind of a question, you have to pay particular attention on the steps that you are supposed to follow as you are answering the question. So the question is, as you can see, it reads, the functions f and g are defined by f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 and g of x is equal to 4x plus 1. Find part A, f inverse of x. Part B, g of f of x. Part C, g of f of negative 2. So right away we can start working out this question. So we start with the first one. So we have our functions. So first of all, I'll just write again the functions that we have here. Like we have f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 and g of x is equal to 4x plus 1. So these are the functions that we are given. F of x equal to 3x minus 2 and g of x equal to 4x plus 1. So part A of the question, so we start with part A. We are asked to find f inverse of x. So f inverse of x. So how do we find this f inverse of x? How do we get it? So to get this, first of all, this function f of x equals 3x minus 2, where we have f of x, we are going to replace it with y. Okay, so this is just for easy manipulation of the function. So we are going to replace this f of x with y. So we'll write y here and then equal to 3x minus 2. Okay, so we have replaced f of x with y. We know that the function we can write like that. So this is just for easy manipulation of the functions of the function. So what are we supposed now to do here? Here what we are supposed to do, we have to make this x. So we have to make x here. We have to make this x here the subject of the formula. Okay, so we have to make this x the subject of the formula. That's our target here. And then once we make x the subject of the formula, we are going to replace it with this. Okay, and then where there will be y, we are going to replace with the x. So we start. First of all, I am going to write them in a reverse way by writing 3x minus 2 is equal to y. You know, this is the same thing. So if a is equal to b, then it's the same as saying b is equal to a. So this is the same thing. Okay, let me continue from here. So I'll put a line here. So this here is coming here. Okay, it will come here. So what do we do to make this x the subject of the formula? This side here on our left hand side, we don't want negative 2 and 3. We just want x alone. So the first thing, we are going to remove this negative 2. So how do we remove it? The shortcut we use, we say we take this negative 2 to the other side of the equal sign. So whenever you do that, you have to make sure that the sign of this number here has to change when it goes to the other side. So we are going to write 3x is equal to, so we have y. Now it has gone to the other side. Since it was minus this side, here it becomes what? Plus. Okay, the next step is we don't want 3 here. We don't want this 3. So we have to take 3. We have to remove this 3 here. We have to remove it on our left hand side. So how do we do it? We are going to divide the whole equation or both sides of the equation by what? 3. So let me write the division with a different color here. So we are going to divide here. I'll put in here, in this color, like this. Now notice on our left hand side or on our right hand side here, you see that the line here that is dividing the right hand side is covering everything, that is y and 2. So you write the line that is long enough to cover everything, because this 3 here is dividing both y and 2. So once you do this, what do we do next? We are going to divide. Okay, we'll divide. So this side we see that this one, this 3 and this 3, they will divide or they'll cancel. So we remain with what? X alone. So now we have what we wanted. We have x alone. That's what we wanted. So we have x is equal to y plus 2 everything over what? 3. Are we done? Not yet. So what do we do now? We have to replace x with the inverse. Okay, f inverse of x. So we write therefore I'll just use this symbol. Therefore, f inverse of x. So this is f. F inverse of x is equal to, so where there is y here, we replace it with what? X. Okay, plus 2 everything over 3. So we have found our inverse function of the f inverse of x. So this is the f inverse of x. Okay, so we said the first thing, rewrite this, replace f of x with y, and then you make x the subject of the formula like this. Once you make x the subject of the formula, you substitute x with the f inverse of x and y with the x. Then we have the inverse of the f inverse of x as x plus 2 everything over what? 3. Okay, so that's how we do the first part. Now let us go to the second one. The second one is this one. We want to find the g of f of x. This is the composition function or composite functions. You compose functions. Okay, you compose functions. So let us get that one. So we want to do b. I'll write it here, b. We want to get g of f of x, like this. This is f here, okay, of f of x. So now what does this mean? This means that we have g, then we have f of x, like this. So now what do we do? Here we know what f of x is. Remember, f of x is this one here, this. Okay, this is f of x, this one here. This is f of x. So we know what f of x is. F of x is 3x minus 2. That is our f of x. So it means that here where there is f of x, we are going to put that. So you write g the way it is, and then here in brackets you put 3x minus 2. 3x minus 2, because that is our f of x. Now here, this is where there is an issue. Sometimes people usually make mistakes here. So how do we go about this one? So now we know what g of x is. Remember, g of x is given as 4x plus 1. This is g of x. We are given this one. So what do we do here? You see, this is g of x is 4x plus 1. So it means that this x has been replaced by 3x minus 2. So in this function of g, wherever there is x here, we are going to put 3x minus 2. So we write this is equals you get 4. So now where there is x here x, we are going to put 3x minus 2, and then I am putting that in brackets so that we know that this 4 is multiplying whatever is in brackets here, and then plus this plus 1, we have 1 there. Okay, so plus 1. Okay, and then once we do that, we simplify here. You see here we have to simplify. How do we do it? First of all, by expanding brackets. So we expand first of all for us to simplify this expression on our right hand side. So we have 4 times 3x, that is 12x. 4 times 2, that is 8. So minus 8 because this is negative here. Then plus 1. You see 4 is not multiplying with 1. So 1, you write it the way it is. Then once you have that, we have that 12x is alone. There's no other term that has got an x, so this is alone. But these two are like them, so we can add them. So negative 8 plus 1 gives us negative what? 7. That gives us negative 7. So therefore, we have that g f of x is equal to 12x minus 2. Oh, sorry, minus 7. This is 7. Okay, that is 7. Okay, this one here should be 7, like that. Okay, so this is how we do the composition there. Okay, now let us do the last one, the part 3 one. So you see that this one is not much different from part B. The difference is that where there is x in part B, we have negative what? 2. So since we have already found what g of f of x is, then wherever there is x in g of f of x, we are going to put what? Negative 2. So we come here. So we have our c. We can write it here. I think it will fit here. So we have that g of f of x is equal to 12x minus 7. So now, for us to get g of f of negative 2, it means that where there is x in this one here, we would replace with what? Negative 2. So we have 12 minus 2 minus 7. So this gives us 12 times negative 2 is negative 24 minus 7. Then this gives us negative 24 minus 7. It gives us negative 31. Negative 31. So this is how we work out this problem. So whenever we have this kind of a problem, please you do it in this manner. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and please you can like this video and also share the video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.